Hi there, everyone. Rob here with today's Western Pacific weather update. It is the 16th going into the 17th, and today we are going to be talking about what you are going to be expecting out here in the Western Pacific for the coming work week, because the main topic of today, well, it is a tropical depression firing up here in the Philippine Sea. Tropical depression Emong moving off there towards the north, and this is already kicking up some heavy rainfall across portions of the Philippines here. And last week we actually saw some flooding out across this area. In Manila, all the schools were closed on Thursday. Well, I think that problem is going to lie in here yet again because of the monsoonal flow, this river of moisture we've been saying for a week now, really getting kicked up by this area as it does pull off towards the north. The other thing that we're going to be positive about, at least by the end of the week, is that this is going to interact with a trough, and I do think much of mainland Japan on Wednesday into Thursday, we're going to see some rain showers and thunderstorms pop up. Actually, click annotation on screen if you want to check out my latest video, some cloud cover popping up at least on Saturday, but I think it's going to be stronger in this event by the end of the work week. So rainy season, I guess, it's firing up out here in the Western Pacific. The latest pulse in the MJO is showing this, strong potential for tropical development. And right now, you see all these areas in red. Well, it's just indicating that there is a lot of energy available for more tropical systems to develop. And right now, we have a tropical depression. This is actually from JMA. They are calling it a TD here. Emong comes from Bagasa, so Bagasa is the only one with a name on it right now. But also in the South China Sea, expecting another area to develop by the end of the work week as well. So yeah, that energy is there, and rainy season is kicked in. So let's at the very least take a look at the official track from Bagasa here. Right now, winds about 45 kilometers per hour near the center. It sounds about right, moving out about 9 kilometers an hour towards the north. You don't really see a lot of convection flaring up the center of circulation. I do expect it to stay offshore much like this. So really, I agree with Bagasa, but there is a bigger problem with it, my friends. And let's take a look. Actually, this is from the ECMWF. I really trust this model, quite a good model. We have our circulation here. Now, this is on Monday, so we're going through Monday night, actually. Center of circulation right here. The bulk activity staying on the right side, the bulk of the high winds. So right near the coast, if you're on eastern Luzon, don't expect some damaging winds out of this at all, really. You're probably going to see some rough waves near the coast, some rip currents. And if you're a fisherman, I would definitely be quite careful if you're venturing out here. But really the main thing is worried here is that you see that high winds pushing across Thailand, Malaysia, even over there towards southern Vietnam, and then out towards the South China Sea. This is what's carrying that moisture. The moisture also fueling these winds up here, and then it pushes across the Philippines. Let's continue to watch as that system starts to track towards the north. Now, this is going through Tuesday. We start to let this model buffer back up here from Weather Underground, and pushing up there through the Luzon Strait. We see those winds continuing to track farther and farther towards north with it. Then eventually starts to steer off there towards the southern Japanese islands, which is another thing I'm quite curious about this, how it's going to develop as it does push north. I do think by the mid part of the week, like I said, the moisture from this is going to get combined with an upper level trough, and well, you can see those really gusty winds near the coastlines here across much of coastal Japan. This is going to kick up some rough waves. Look at that, around 30 to 40 knots of wind. Also going to be seeing some heavy rainfall due to a trough coming through. You can actually see the cold front with this right there. Well, that's going to steal with this. So do I expect a full-blown tropical system to hit you there into the southern Japanese islands? Highly unlikely due to the vertical wind shear coming off of that cold front, but there is going to be a lot of rain showers, a lot of moisture. Right now, I'm actually going to switch over to the MSL, and we'll pull that up for you really quick here. And you can see at the same time, you have that moisture inflow coming across portions of the Philippines here that's wrapping around it. We're going to see some winds and waves there into the southern Japanese islands. Waves actually could be up to about 3 to 4 meters high, at least given at the outlook I'm seeing right now, given the winds as well. Don't expect much of a storm surge, but some beach erosion possibly. But then you see that strong front I was just talking about, and that's what I'm talking about on, well, Wednesday into Thursday. Much of Japan is going to get hit by this front, get that moisture from the tropical system, and then, actually, let's take a look at the Cape at the same time here. And I know I'm concentrating out here towards Japan, but this is going to be some strong storms flaring up here. And I do think some of these could be high wind producers and even hail producers as it does continue to push overhead. And you see some pockets in the Cape that far north. It does indicate that energy continuing to kick up. Let's pull back the picture and actually take a look from GFS, and this is from the precip and pressure here as well. Starts to pull off there towards north, rounding the western periphery of the Westpacwx, which is over here right now, and that's really what any system right now is likely going to do. It's going to round the western periphery of that, push off there, and then you can see it move across the southern Japanese islands before getting really just tore apart by that front, which All along, though, and this is why I say that there's going to be the risk of flooding, all while this is all happening, look at that moisture inflow continuing to impact you there in the Philippines. It does not stop. It is rather relentless, and I do think there is going to be a very serious risk of flooding as our storm system continues to pull off there towards the north. Landslides also a risk in the Manila metro area. I do think that urban flooding is going to be a high potential as we go throughout this week. And our storm continues to push off in that direction. And then this is from NavGem, really similar output, actually not much different. But then take a look at the South China Sea. Something else starts to develop out of this monsoonal flow. I mean, you have a lot of moisture here. You have very warm sea surface temperatures. Something is bound to happen, pop out of this. And it does look like something weak kind of steers off there towards Hong Kong going into the weekend. So still long range on that one. It could become stronger, could become weaker. Right now, we do know for a fact we have our tropical depression just off the east coast. We are going to be continuing to watch that risk of the monsoonal flow. Drop a tremendous amount of rainfall here before this does squeak off on the western periphery of that high pressure. There is this, though, this little ridge right here, and that could play a major role in it. And if that was the ridge out, I'm not saying this is likely, but if it was the ridge out, that would stop actually this depression and pull it there towards the west. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be quite interesting, and it's another game changer if that does come through. But right now, that ridge, though, is going to sit in place. Our trough, or our tropical depression is going to pull off there towards the north, and I do think this is also going to interact with that monsoonal flow, causing that heavy rainfall to continue to push across the South China Sea here onto the Philippines. We're not just seeing the impact here, southern Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia. Like I said, you're also going to continue to see this heavy rainfall, and even over towards Taiwan. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at WesternPacificWeather.com. Also, check out my latest Sunday vlog, put some information into that, and actually just go to our YouTube channel and check out our latest videos. We even have a top deadliest typhoons we put out this past weekend as well. Also, like I said, I'm going to be over there at NHK World tomorrow, so I'll be on air talking about a tropical depression and everything else going on. I'll try to keep our information updated as much as possible. But please stay safe out there. Remember, we're not an official agency. Check out JMA or Pegasa, wherever you are, and depending on the official agency. And as always, though, thanks for watching.